Hey you, it's Jess here and it's so nice to see you. Today we're doing our first February plan with me for 2026 and this is February 2nd through the 8th. And I'm using the Scribble Prints Co paper Galentine set. This was a Valentine's exclusive that we did together for this year and it was just so cute and fun. It's a journaling set. It's kind of perfect for like journaling, like clubs or groups, but also just like Valentine's journaling. I think it turned out adorable. I love the colors, so I'm so excited to see how this spread turns out. I did pair it with a pink sparkly foil from SPC, although I didn't use too much of it on the base. I just used the bougie boxes and the bottom bow washi because I felt like there was already a lot going on in the full boxes, which really was my aim when I was drawing this. That'd be super packed and like a junk journaling spread. So I didn't want to put like a foil over it. Just kept it plain. Although I will bring in all of the icons and some scripts from the foil bundle so we get a bit more of that pink sparkle. But I think it turned out really, really good. Just did my usual color blocking base with some deco over the top. And yeah, I'm still loving the OkPlans inserts. Beautiful paper, the stickers, like the date covers perfectly blend in with the paper color. So I'm still really happy. And yeah, I'm really excited to do all these February plan with me's. I was listening to my boy band playlist during this. Like, I love making playlists. And it's been hard because I switched from Spotify because, you know, Spotify sucks. And I switched, there's not a lot of good, there's not a lot of other replacements for me that I like to use. So I've just been using Apple Music and I'm still behind in recreating all of my old playlists from Spotify on there. But this day I finally put together my boy band's playlist, which it's a bit different to some boy bands. I used to listen to more American ones, but now, and also British ones, but now my boy band playlist is mostly British and Irish. I love Westlife, Boyzone, A1. What else have I got in there? I can't remember now. Five, of course. I actually saw Five in concert. But anyway, that is what I was listening to during my February plan with me bases. And next week you will see, I think it's next week, I will talk about a bit more because it perfectly lined up with my kit. But let's finish up with the base now and get straight into the day-by-day planning. Alright, we are back. I have fresh pink nails on. I've been waiting for my Valentine's spreads to be wearing my pretty pink nails. This design is from Dashing Diva, I think. I like to use their gel stickers. But in my book on the sidebar, I was listening to an audiobook called An Echo of Things to Come by James Islington, which took me forever. It was a really big fantasy book, and I just have some to-dos on the side. But let's put Monday in with our usual coffee Monday at the front. Although I have coffee every morning, but I have a decaf coffee because your girly doesn't want to... because I take ADHD meds and I don't really want the extra caffeine with my stimulant medication. Although my psychiatrist said it's fine if I want to drink it, but I just found myself not enjoying the feeling, you know? So I switched to decaf and it's not bad. It's not bad. There's some good decafs on the market, but I also live in a country that loves and obsessed with coffee, so it's a bit easier. So Coffee Monday, then I had a video up of my Infinity Nikki journal art going up. I think that's when we were working on the first 2.0 quests in the journal. And then I also did my nails. Just the way the stickers have turned out, although my nails do take, when I use these actual like gel, when you put them under a LED lamp, they do take longer. They take like 30 minutes to an hour. Depending on if I'm trimming my nails as well. So they do take a while. So I put nails done on this because it's just the way the stickers have worked out for this week. But let's put in the original, the Coffee Monday and the journaling. And I will try and work on some more of my Infinity Nikki journal pieces. I actually have a whole bunch to cut. As you can see here, I actually have like 2 update patches of cutting. This is how I print off my Infinity Nikki stuff, by the way. Just like this, and then I cut them all out by hand. So I have to do a bunch of this cutting so that we can do stuff. But we still have to do, so we still have to do Chinese New Year update, and then I have to put those stickers in. So it's gonna take me a bit, but we're working on it. And then we just had a huge update, 2.5. So yeah, it's gonna take a bit, but I do need to catch up. I really got behind because I had to get a new printer because my Epson printer that I'd had for 7 years was just, I basically had to clean the head. I don't have much space. Let me scoot this around. Basically, between every piece of paper that I was printing, I had to get it to clean the head because it was just leaving like stripes and splotches of ink, and I wasted so much of my precious sticker paper doing that. It was very annoying. I'm basically out of my matte removable sticker paper now because of it, but so I just gave up and I bought a new printer. Which is so much better, but that is life. But yeah, it made me really behind on my journal right now, so I do need to work on that. There's just so much to do in life. I just got really into like gaming, full stop, and now I'm like watching some like Little Simsy just started her May charity stream, so I'm really into those right now. It's very annoying. Anyway, I did some work. I was working on a custom for SBC, watched some One Piece anime. We had cookies on this day, and then I was reading my book Chaos Vector, which is the second book in the Protectorate trilogy by Megan E. O'Keefe, which is a really cool sci-fi book. It's like super far in the future where humans have left Earth behind. They were able to, basically this like genius inventor, she found a way to create like elevators and create these portal, these portals into further parts of the galaxy, and basically humans are like a super spread out, and there's like a group of people who keep the technology of how to build these portals, and then there are people who want to steal that technology. Anyway, it's really fun, good read. And there's also like previously overall they outlaw the creation of AI, and then like a group of humans who are no longer like part of this group, or like it's really a corporation because a corporation made the portals. So it's like an intergalactic corporation colony of planets. But one group that their planet decided to go against the corporation, they created an AI against the law. You know, there's lots of fun stuff going on in these books. I do recommend them. I just found it hard to describe the story. There's some stuff going on, especially the first book versus the second book. And I don't want to spoil anything more than that. But I do recommend them as like female-led sci-fi that's like in the future in space. Really cool, really interesting. Especially, and you do have those sort of corporation politics and whatnot in there as well, and all the science and whatnot. So on Tuesday, I filmed some Plan With Me's, I think this day, or I filmed a haul, something like that, and then did some laundry and did some more work. I don't know if you could tell, but it is currently 8:47 a.m. first thing in the morning, and I just really felt like filming right now, so here I am, but it may also explain why I'm weird as heck. But anyway, I was really in the mood, you know? When the mood strikes you, you should do it. Especially considering I did not get a video out on Monday, and I apologize for that. I got these bases done. I pulled the stickers yesterday, and then I just didn't film anything after that. You know, it got late. Well, can I be watching? I always like, because I'm so behind, I'm like, what do I like tell you guys? Like, do you want me to keep stuff of like May quiet until I finally do May or what? But right now we've been watching The Great, which is Elle Fanning and Nicholas Hoult. It has 3 seasons. It's about Catherine the Great of Russia. So we've been watching that recently, and that's just kind of that just took up sort of our evening, and then I had to do my dailies and Nikki, and then it was bedtime, you know. So during work, I was obviously reading An Echo of Things to Come. Or was I? No, okay. I was still listening to Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. So I was really going for the sci-fi, women-led sci-fi at this moment. I put Echoes of Things to Come because I do start reading it later, and that is a really long title to have to write in, so multiple times. So yeah, I was still reading Starsight during this time, and then we got Dumplings from a restaurant, Noodle Story. Really good. We've been just really wanting dumplings. Watched a new episode of The Pit, and reading Chaos Vector. Alright, that is Tuesday. So on Wednesday, I was still playing the game that shall not be named, but is named. It was Heartopia. Once again, I would just reiterate, I don't recommend playing this game. And I stop fairly soon, I will say. There's not too much more Heartopia to go, so I apologize for that. But yes, playing that game, and then I was doing work, and then I finished listening to Starsight. I can't remember what I gave it. Maybe 3 stars. It was fine. It was good. It's enjoyable enough. It's not as good as I don't think I enjoyed it as much as Brandon's like Cosme stuff, but I still do enjoy these Skyward books. So it's always awkward when you fit. The only thing with reading audiobooks, while I draw, is that when I finish a book, it feels kind of awkward because you know, it's like, oh, I guess I should finish up what I'm drawing, because it's like sometimes I finish it way before I'm gonna finish my work. So, and I don't always feel like putting another audiobook directly on afterwards. Although sometimes I do. I may have done that this day because, you know, I may have finished it earlier than later. So sometimes I do that. So I may have started reading Echo of Things to Come this day after I finished this one, but I haven't written it here because it's a bit much to write in. So after that, we watched some more One Piece anime, and then one of the new Fallout episodes. I think, is this around the time maybe when Fallout finished? And then we decided to get some mochi delivered. These are mochi donuts. So good. I love the texture. And then reading Chaos Vector. Ooh, I messed up writing Vector here. I'm just going to give up on that. And just leave it like my C, I then turn into a T, and I don't know what happened. I could probably just put a line here. And then it kind of makes it Vector. Anyway. No biggie, it's all good. So that is the first half of the week all finished. I love the way it's coming out. And these extra pops of pink. So now we're doing Thursday. I do have Heartopia in here again. I'm just playing that in the mornings. And then I want to put work here. And then I want to put journal. I did some journaling, and then I did some work on the custom. So I'm going to put those in. When I use these colorful, when I use just the colorful foil bundles, I just use whatever little stickers I have available for me for things. So yeah, that was the morning journal. And then this is when I was properly reading An Echo of Things to Come in here. So now I'll just be able to write read because it's in the sidebar. It's just that's how it works best in my brain when I'm doing these when I do these spreads. That works for me. Can I fit this in here? All right, so we obviously just been watching a lot of One Piece, rewatching the anime, and we got a little bit tired of it, so we're like, what can we watch? So we decided to try Fargo season 2 again. We'd watched season 1 of Fargo, and then we watched like the first two episodes, maybe just one episode of Fargo season 2, and we just weren't feeling it at the time. So yeah, so but we decided, let's try Fargo again. I think there was an actor in one of the seasons that we had just watched, or we watched something later. Yeah, I can't remember now. I got confused because I was like, what have I been selecting? Oh yeah, okay. No, we decided to reach Fargo season 2 because we do like the actors in there and want to try it again. We were much more into it this time, and you'll see we actually finished it pretty fast. And then I was just reading Chaos Factor still. Then on Friday, I did have a video go up. It was a sticker haul, which we always love a sticker haul. And then I did do some more work. I won't use a pattern here. We'll use this work. And I was listening to an echo of things to come. If you want like an epic, more traditional fantasy, I do recommend this the Lycanius trilogy. An Echo of Things to Come is the second book. If you like sort of the Wheel of Time vibes are definitely there. And you have a fairly big group of characters, you know, sometimes separate, sometimes together. There's like a big magical thing going on, a lot of conspiracies. And the end of the first book, so I think the thing with James Islington is kind of like Brandon Sanderson. He's good at a really good ending. Kind of blows your mind. But the end of the first book, I was like, oh my god, there was a reveal of a character, and I was like, oh my gosh. That was a crazy reveal. Echo of Things to Come, I don't think it was as crazy. Oh, actually, it was kind of a crazy ending too. There's some time traveling weird stuff going on in these books too, not just the normal fantasy. So yeah, I do recommend it, although they're very long feeling. That's the only thing. Like, they are long, but also the audiobook itself felt long. Anyway, I'm going to be reading the third book of the trilogy as a digital book instead of the audiobook. Just because the audio does, I don't know, it kind of dragged on for me. So Friday, we had the sticker haul, work, and then reading. And then I have a bunch of little things again. So let me put in the sticker for my book. And then, okay, so we watched, I think we were behind on the Pit. So earlier in the week, we caught up with a Pit episode. And then here we got a new Pit episode, so the Pit. And then we watched some Fargo. And then it was the Winter Opening Olympics. I just casually watched the Olympics. I'm not super into it. There's some, I'll be honest, there's some ethical stuff I don't enjoy about the Olympics. I don't agree with them, so I don't really like to, I don't let myself get all into it because there's a lot of things I don't agree about the Olympic Committee. But I won't say more on that. But anyway, I do prefer the Winter Olympics overall over the summer, so we watched a little bit. Okay. Although the thing is, like, well, we're watching it in Finland, so it has Finnish commentators, so I don't always understand what's going on. Although the Finnish commentators can be really into it, so, yeah, and then I was reading more of Chaos Factor. I think I was, like, I was sleeping a lot early at this time, and I was really tired, I was going to sleep, so I was only reading little bits instead of my usual, because I don't think Chaos Factor was very long, but it took me a while to read it. I've given up on my handwriting today, but we're working on it. All right, this is a good warm-up for when I do work later today, later this morning. All right, so played Autopia, and then I did do a voiceover for a video. I'm not sure, maybe I did another Infinity Nikki video. Let me have a look the next week. Oh, it was my reading journal. So I would have filmed my reading journal and I had to do a voiceover for it. And then, yeah, so as I said, we were binge watching the Fargo at this point. So we finished Fargo season to this day. Season 2 was like, I actually really enjoyed it in the end, like as it went on. It was like in the 70s in Fargo, and I had Patrick Wilson, who I love Patrick Wilson, and I don't get to watch him enough because he mostly goes into horror, and I don't watch too much horror. You'll see actually, as the months go by, I've been watching a lot more horror recently, but I don't know if I can do The Conjuring just for Patrick Wilson, so it was nice to see him in something else. But yeah, that's what we did during the day. Oh yeah, so, and then the third season, we started this third season right after, right? So, started the third season, and you'll see in a minute how that goes. But we also did our usual meal prepping that we do. I'm just going to use this one in the middle for Nikki. Meal prep, which does take some time to do. Oh yeah, so Locke's in a meeting right now, so hopefully they don't come up on my camera, and I don't come up on them. So I'm sorry if I get a bit quiet, so because I can hear them talking in their meeting now. Meal prep, Nikki, and Chaos Vector. All right, and the very last day, we have Heartopia in the morning. All right, so I only have a couple of things to put into this one, so I have to think about how I want to divide it. Actually, let me have a look. I have more of these pink ones. I just really like the pattern for this colorway, but okay, here we go. I can put this in here. And then here we can put this down here. I'm trying to use all the patterns because I love them. So I played some Heartopia in the morning, and then we continued on and finished season 3 of Fargo. I think it's season 3. Because there's 5 seasons in there. We ended up skipping season 4, I think. But yeah, I think we finished season 2 this day, started season 3 and finished it the next day. We enjoyed that one. We very much binged it. So there you go. Quite funny that we did it that fast. I'm just going to do the rest of the day now. I played some Nikki, and we made that honey harissa pasta again, which I think the last Plan With Me maybe had one of my recent Plan With Me's in January has a recipe for it in the description box, but it's like feta, chicken, harissa, honey, cherry tomatoes, a yellow capsicum, bell pepper, and you just put it in the oven, and then you like cut up the chicken, shred up the chicken, mix it all up, put pasta in it, it becomes a sauce. It's so good. We're obsessed with it. So we made that this night, and then I was still reading Chaos Vector, but I think I didn't have much yet. It's not a very long book, but it just took me a long time because I wasn't reading too much each night, you know. I like my usual, like, I read like 20% of a book each night sometimes, but I was sleepy at this time. Alright, and that is the second half of the week all finished. I'm just going to put it into the planner and we'll finish up. Alright, here she is in the planner. Oh my god, I'm in love with this. The colors came out exactly as I was hoping when I did the art. I just love this, like the pink and the orange together. I think it's such a cool color palette that really draws me in. So I'm so happy I used this kit, and it's such a great start to Feb. And then you look at it compared to the last week of January. I love it. It's so cool. The switch from cool to warm. And yeah, I love the way the spread came out. Ended up being a good week. You know, I was working, I was reading. We watched a ton of Fargo, which I do recommend. Every season's kind of like, it's all connected, but it's not really like connected. So was season 3... I can't remember what season 3 was now. I don't know, I kind of enjoyed it. I think the only one we didn't watch was season 4 with Chris Rock. I don't know, it just wasn't calling to us. But we have enjoyed every other season. But yeah, so, or maybe the last season was a bit more like, oh, this is interesting. Or season 3, that one, with Ewan McGregor, I can't remember. Anyway, they are fun, interesting ones, especially if you enjoyed the Fargo film. I do recommend the show. Yeah, it's a fun time. Like black comedy kind of drama thing. But anyway, this is a finished spread. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. Leave down below some heart emojis for Valentine's. We're really going to get into the Valentine's this month, so I'm excited to get these spreads done. And I'll try and work on that and my Vinnie Nikki journal. We have lots of stuff to catch up on. But here is a start. So yeah, I'm really happy this came out. I'm so glad for you to hang out with me, that you have hung out with me. I can't speak anymore, It's now 9 a.m. and I don't know what's happening. I should go start doing some work. But thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I love you. Bye.